People. Que pasa, suck, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News. Now, people, the hottest topic, social media, in the news in a real life, is that incident that occurred in Clarendon. Mother and 4 pitney throat get bust by suspect, a cousin named Russian Barnett. Now, people, I am sure that everybody know the details. He was on the run for less than 24 hours. However, he is now in the custody of the Popo. Thankfully, to somebody that called me and I called the Popo. So that is how he got arrested. Facts. However, you've heard me spoken on several occasions about people, friends, family facilitating the FUCKRY. And people, this case was the perfect example. And I'll explain who are the facilitators of this FUCKRY and why it ended up in the way that it ended up. It is not good to speak ill of the DEAD. However, we saw that this lady, Kindness, the mother, Chin, that is her nickname, she knew that this youth, him have a troubled past, a checkered past. She knew that he lived in Trelawney and his name was calling up in all sorts of lottery scamming. So people, that was red flag number 1. She know that him and the father, him joke up the father based on information from the Popo. That is red flag number 2. When he came to the house, he was staying there for about 2 months. They had all sorts of clashes over some sort of money. There were allegations that him depend DRUGS. And even worse, well, not worse, but bad enough. It is said that he was hustling, slinging weed upon the people or in the people house with the lady Pitney. And that was one of the reasons why they kind of kicked off. So therefore, there was heads always clashing. It is even said that the lady told people in the neighborhood that she see my shop all sorts of farm and kitchen utensil and I make all sorts of threats. However, it seems as if she told herself, say, "Cho, that boy there bait. Him not gonna do me nothing, I just mouth talk." So therefore, she did not take heed. She did not take the warning. People, I'm gonna tell you now once again. Whenever you facilitate the FUCKRY, be it bringing people of criminal intention, dopey maker, whether they are friend, family, cumbolo, they will always come back and haunt you. Speak about that case in Florida in which the lady and her 1-year-old baby was taken out by Pinky. Talk about this case. This man, lottery scammer, associated with his name, joke him father up in a all sorts of thing with people, run away and come there. So therefore he came there seeking refuge. Sometimes we have bad family member and we don't know to the extent. However, based on what is going on in Jamaica, you should have taken heed. Your number 1 priority is your kids, the safety, well-being, health of your kids. So therefore, whenever you do good to bad people, facilitating bad people, it'll go come back and haunt you and people will say it happened in the furthest extent. Like I said, the father, him joke up the father before. The case was in court. Pretty much the father dash out the case. The father was a no-show at court, so therefore case dismissed. Now people, there was a video circulating over social media, I think it was done by the Gleaner, in which they were interviewing the brother of Russian. And just to quote what the brother said, he said that him no know of him having any sorts of problem with anybody. However, isn't that your same father that him joke up? Isn't that your brother that live in Trelawney with you that was involved in all sorts of lottery scamming? Isn't that your brother's name that is being called up on the takeaway of his own cousin and our 4 pitney them, your own cousin? This is what the brother said. I want good youth, but him have anger management problem. Sometimes he make him anger get the best of him. Now people, remember, that is his brother. However, a little anger management problem. What in 5 people losing their life in such a brutal way makes it a little anger management problem. So people, the cousin, the father, now the brother. On that fateful day, less than 24 hours ago or so, when the Popo went for Russian Barnett, they also took his mother into custody. Up to yesterday, the mother was still locked up. Do you want to know why the mother was locked up? She was harboring a fugitive. She knew what this youth was alleged to have done. The father knew what this youth was alleged to have done. The brother knew what this brother had allegedly done. However, the mother was locked up for facilitating the FUCKRY, more specifically harboring a fugitive, a known fugitive, a known SERIAL takeaway man. Because whenever a man can use a kitchen utensil, joke up a mother, make she pass out, then joke up our 3 pitney, 15, 10, 5, girl, 23 month, less than 2-year-old little boy. There is nothing little anger about that. That man is one of the worstest of the worstest in any part of the world, any sort of planet, any time. He is up there with the worstest of them, point blank and period. Now people, a lot of persons are wondering, a lot of persons are pondering, was this some sort of lone wolf? Did this man have any sort of assistance? Was he a part of a conspiracy? Because people can't fathom how a man could take away 5 people by himself. However, people, whenever you are in rage, anger, it seems as if you get stronger. And I think exactly, if I was an investigator, if I was to give my opinion on exactly what happened, pretty much him take with the mother first. The mother, small body, petite lady. And then all of the pitney them, including the 15-year-old petite body. So therefore, him take with the mother first. And it seems as if the avalanche of MASSACRA, it could not stop. He could not help himself. He knew at that point that, listen, me mess up, however, me I go take it to the furthest extent. He could not stop himself. He was driven by demonic and evil spell and people. Him or them 4 pitney against him. I showed you his body type. The boy thick, him muscular, him young, 23-year-old. He look like a bull, raging bull to be specific. So therefore people are say, people are wonder, people are ponder. If him owe somebody some sort of money, and a them come back and take with the family because him can't pay them. People, let me tell you something. And I could be wrong, I was not there. This youth have everything and anything to do with this. This youth could do exactly what it is alleged that he did. Not going to say he did not have any sort of assistance. However, I would not be surprised if he didn't. Here's the thing. The Popo said that they searched the area and them find the kitchen utensil, the BUTCHER knife, and they also found BLOODY clothing. So therefore, people, we would hope that the DPP, the investigators, have all the evidence that they need, everything in sequence, and we would hope that on that night when them catch him, them look if him have any sorts of cut, look if him have any sorts of residue, meaning flesh, meaning red under him fingernail, swab it, any kind of scar upon him neck with the people in my buckle to save them own life. We would hope that the evidence, them pack with the evidence, meaning the kitchen utensil in which it is alleged that he used, the BLOODY cloth, to see if there was any sorts of transfer, because more than likely any sorts of red on those clothes would be coming from the victim. Now, people, like me say, we've seen what is going on in Jamaica as it pertains to our investigators, the DPP. We see them can basically FUCK up a wet dream. So therefore, I hope that this is one of those cases, based on how severe and barbaric it was. For all my years of doing videos on YouTube, this is one of the worstest of the worst. I have pretty much become immune, numb to all of the stuff that I've seen. However, when me do that video, me have to sit down and pause. Me have to think about it. Because that one it hits as if me know the people from somewhere. It hit as if them are my family member. Because as bad as Jamaica is, people, this one literally takes the cake. This one was one of the worstest of the worst we have ever seen. When you see everybody come out of the woodwork, the Ministry of Education, Minister of Security, the Prime Minister, Opposition Minister, Minister this, Minister that, Minister of Arts, Dead and Cow, FAT, everybody and their mama come out. There was no sort of political line. Everybody actually agree on this. And people, for you to see everybody is on one accord, pan something in Jamaica, it is not something that we would see very often. Because you know, so everything is politicized. However, there was unity, there was outrage, and rightfully so, because people, this one was very bad, point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine, but let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.